Calvin Castine at Chazy Central Rural School. It's the 29th day of April 2011. You got Michaela Cahoon pitching for Chazy. The batter is Chazy, shortstop for the Lions, Elizabethtown-Lewis Lions at the Chazy Eagles. We are here for about half the game. Regular viewers will realize that a year or two, a couple years ago, last year, the year before, they started running the varsity girls and boys at the same time. Here's Sullivan, right fielder. So when we come here to cover Chazy, we have a girls game or a boys game. So what we try to do is try to cover them both. There's only so many home games in the course of the year, and there aren't that many of them, so 4 or 5, maybe 5. So we try to cover half the girls and finish up with the boys. It worked out last time we were here with the Scroon Lake, because the boys was a real dramatic ending. Before we forget, it's Bob Broomfield calling the balls and strikes, and our old buddy Tim Snow umping on the bases. Pitch to Sullivan is in the dirt. Lapierre's the catcher. First base is Rotella. Second base Keeble. Shortstop is Kampanen. Third base is Latour. Drop third strike. Go to first. And no advance from third. She could have ran, but she didn't. The count 2-2. It's not strike 3, it's strike 2. Strike 2. That was just a practice run. So there's not an out. Just missed. Let's see, outfield, you got Kozak, Polomsky, and Hack in the outfield for Chazy. So she didn't walk away here. Ball 3, she walked away. So we're going to have a payoff pitch. So this time it counts. Ball 4. Nice little breeze here. Temperature, I don't know, in the 50s. Here's Ashline, the third baseman. Ball. Nothing. Kirsten Ashline. Neither team had the first names on the roster sheets, which they are supposed to do, but they didn't, so we don't have the first names. We'll pick them up, hopefully, here and there. She did not have the green light to swing it to 2-0 pitch. Safe at the plate. Safe, slid under the tag. And Ashline ends up at third base. We'll get us to the cleanup hitter, Levine, the pitcher. 2 in, nobody out, runner at third. Friday evening, started the taping day. Started my day around 6 this morning, getting some stuff done on the computer. Started our taping day in Ellenburg, where the NAC, the Community Health Fair, has a strike. Completed a show there with Gordy Little and came back to Champlain and found out there was a major flooding situation. The town of Champlain declaring a state of emergency at the Point of Fair in Stony Point Road area. So before we came here, we went there to have some coverage of that. I figured the first will be off the glove and out of play. Berto's going to run as a courtesy runner for the pitcher, speed up rule. Pitcher and catcher can be run for as a courtesy runner, not a pinch runner. So we barely got the flooding done. What I had to do there is revamp my entire weekend show. Revamp my entire weekend show, so that's being accomplished right now. As I'm here taping, that master DVD is being created. Here's Susie, the first baseman. And as I said, we'll be doing half his softball and half the baseball. And when we leave here, our plan is to go to St. Mary's and pick up a little bit of the St. Mary's auction that's taking place. Save St. Mary's event, a fundraiser, having a huge auction highlighted by a car provided by Garso's Auto Sales. That was ball 4, so it's first and second. This is McGinn, the catcher. Strike. I said we'd do half of the softball game, but what we're really going to do is an hour of the softball game. That drops in. Couldn't find a handle on it. Ball rolled behind her, and she was reaching down trying to pick it up, and the ball was out of her view. The bases are full, and Morris, the second baseman, will step in. Bags full, still nobody out. The 7th batter of the inning. So we may not get the half of this game before we have to leave, but we'll cover about an hour of it and head for the boys' game. Hard shot to right field. It's going to fall in. Wind is blowing in from there, so it kind of held it up. Runners had to wait to make sure it wasn't caught. So only 1 run scores. Here's Grady, the left fielder. Still nobody out. Bag still loaded. Crystal, I guess. Crystal Grady. Ball. Base is full. Strike called. The last 2 days have been very pleasant in the 70s. Today's in the 50s and it feels noticeably cooler. O'Grady will head for first. And another run scores. Emily Keeble has moved over to pitch. So she'll face the number 9 hitter, Womet, center fielder. With nobody out, there's a strike. Bags full. So this is 9 batters. 8 of them accounted for it. That's way high. Here comes a run.
Nothing. Right away, okay?
That's 6 runs in for the Lions. Under the glove of Keeble. Cahoon picks it up, fires to first in time. Another run scores. Run number 7 crosses. But the Eagles get an out. And Kazaba, the leadoff hitter, up for the second time. Run at third. No, well, 1 out. 1 at third and 1 out. Pitch from Keeble. Takes a strike. Grass is sure gotten a lot greener in a week's time. This grass really is nice and green. Hit the short and throw the first will not be in time. Campinen couldn't come up with the Didn't come up with it the first try. Chazy reaches, and now Sullivan, the right fielder, at the plate. Run number 8 has crossed. It is 8 for Elizabethtown. Chazy has yet to bat. She's in there. A little nasty on those slides when you're wearing shorts. Strike. Alyssa Sullivan, the batter. Strike 2. April 29th, 2011. Horrible. There's a strikeout. Horrible tornadoes all week long in the south. We're complaining about our rain, a lot of, and our high lake and high rivers, but and there are places where we've had some serious problems, with nothing to compare with what the south has gone through with the loss of so many lives. Ashline up.
Everybody's feet are moving here, girls. Call it.
Tor grabs it. They send up 12. Strand 1, score 8. Lions lead 8-0 after 1/2 inning here on viewer-supported hometown cable. Okay, we've got Keeble leading off. He takes a strike. In the bottom half of the first, 8-0. The Lions with a ravenous lead. Keeble will be safe at first. Good backup. Good backup there by the second baseman Morris. Pitching is Levine. Battery mate is McGinn. Here's Lapierre, the catcher. At first base, it's Susie. Second base is Morris. Shortstop Chazy has a nice bunt. And she's going to reach. Yes, she will. Base hit for Lapierre. And the first 2 Eagles get on. Let's see. Shortstop is Chazy. Third base is Ashline. Outfield, left to right, you have Grady, Womet, and Sullivan. Lefty hitting Cahoon started the game as a pitcher and moved to second, switching positions with Keeble. She takes a strike. Bob Broomfield, Tim Snow. We got, I don't know, probably 80 years of umpiring experience here between those two guys, or more. 80 plus years. We're going to guess somewhere around 90 years of umpiring experience. Not that they're old or anything.
Hey, over here, sit down. She's out, watch the third!
Drop third strike, but first base occupied, less than 2 outs. She can run. She can't run, excuse me. These guys, the coaches' kids here, you'll be watching it on the internet there. They'll say, hey kids, come on over, you're on the internet. Well, it's first and third, and Kempinen, the shortstop, is at the plate. Ball. Throw to third, and Lapierre goes to second.
You don't have to run around.
With the breeze, it's a chilly day in the North Country. Not as pleasant as it has been the last couple of days, but it's not raining. That's the big thing. Lake at 102.5. As I said, we get called out to middle afternoon to go take some footage at Point of Fair, and we didn't go down the Stony Point Road, but that's completely washed out, or covered at the moment. A record high for Lake Champlain. is causing some problems. There's a strike. We're almost half an hour into this game, and we're only going to do an hour, so hopefully I'd like to get at least 3 innings, but it may not happen. That's bags full as Kempinen draws a base on balls.
Just get out.
Now we have Rotella, first baseman. Bags full. 1 out. Nobody in yet for Chazy. Just high and outside, ball 1. Fields here at Chazy in remarkably good condition. I know my brother Sam was videotaped so many events here for Chazy over the years. Told me yesterday that we've gotten in about 3 days' time. We had about 3 inches of rain in the northern tier. I walked out in one of my lawns this afternoon, and it was just squish, squish, squish. And I was expecting something similar when I came here, but it's nice and firm surface. The water is drained very good, so they've done a nice job here. Brian Norcross and whoever else he gets to help out. I'm sure the custodial crew helps, but I know Brian takes a lot of that upon his own shoulders to keep these fields in usable condition. Hit to the right side. This should score a run. They get to put out at first. It's 8-1. Everybody moves up a base. 2 down, so give Rotella an RBI. And now Latour will step in. Get the coach signals there from Coach Liz Garand. Second, third, 2 ducks on the pond for Latour.
Hustle, 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 go like
And Lapierre scores. Make it 8-2. Kempinen is advanced to third base. Levine winds and delivers. And run number 3 will cross. So it's 8-3. Swing and a miss. Now strike 2. Full count. And a payoff. Outside. So Latour, Hannah Latour draws a walk.
This ends now, right?
And left fielder Kozak will step in. Ball. Strike. Strike 2. Outside. And Latour wisely, alertly goes into second base. Strike 3. So 3 runs for the Eagles. They trail 8-3 after 1 full here on viewer-supported hometown cable. Scuba. Andrea Levine, teammates calling her Scuba.
See a strike, see a strike.
Leading off for Elizabethtown-Lewis in the second inning. We're at 5:07 here, so hoping this game will speed up a bit. What we'll do as we approach the 5:30 time period, we'll move down to the outfield position. There's a strike. And if they've got the Mary Latchmore's scoreboard working. We'll be able to see what the situation is in the baseball game and see how far along they are. That's fouled into the trees. Souvenir for a lucky squirrel. Keeble delivers. Wind's going to blow that foul. Without the wind, that might have been a fair ball. Just gives you an idea what we got for a breeze. Line shot. Levine with a bullet up the middle. Berto will come in and run for it. Now we have the first baseman Susie at the plate. Keeble winds, delivers, low high.
Turn 2 here. All right. Very good. Here we go, girls. Here we go.
Strike.
Here we go,
Strike.
Two.
2. Full count to Susie. Foul tipped. Ball 4. So it'll be first and second. And it'll bring up McGinn.
Here we go, ladies. Here we go.
Again, the catcher.
Nobody out, right?
Nobody out. First and second. 5:11 is the time. Foul, strike 1. Strike.
Here we go, Chris. Here we go. Go, girls. Here we go.
I mentioned the weather earlier, that a lot of wet fields. Tomorrow,
Here we go.
when we were in Ellenberg earlier today at Northern Adirondack, the pitcher Charlin was telling us that
Here we go, Em. You got this?
they will be going to Saranac Lake tomorrow for a game.
You got this.
And while they are there, Beekmantown will travel to Saranac Lake to play go to third. Play is at third, running out of the baseline. She's first and second. She's got to be running. She was not running. That's Berto. Her only job is to run the bases for for Levine, and she didn't run. So camping in.
Here we go, girls. Here we go. Same thing.
Instead of tossing De La Tour, decided to put a tag on herself. Here's Morris.
Hey, girls.
There's a strike. So Beekmantown will travel to Saranac Lake to play Northern Adirondack in a Northern Adirondack home game. That has to be unprecedented. Bases are full for left fielder Crystal Grady.
Jessica! Get a hat on.
Jessica Spalding going to come in and run for the catcher, McGinn. Spalding's nice and warm there on the bench, had her sweatshirt on, her sweatpants on, and it's got to be cold out there. I don't know why these girls, more of them don't have sweatshirts underneath their shirts here. This would be the smart thing to do. It's definitely a chilly, chilly day. I've got 3 layers on and I'm still chilly. Actually, I got 4 layers on. Hit her on the foot. We got a hit batter. Grady hit on the foot. Ouimet will bat now. strike.
There you go, Em. There you go.
And the runner was called back by the coach to tag the plate. I'm not sure if we had that on tape or not. Well, the second inning, top of the second inning, and it's 5:15 on the 4:30 start. We definitely want to get the bottom of the hitter on the foot. Well, Sierra Wilmette takes one on the heel. We definitely want to try to get the last two starting batters in for the Eagles. So hoping we get through 2 innings here before we have to leave. Way high. Run scores. Runners at second and third. Swing and a miss. Healthy cut there by Chazy. Hard hit to short. Ooh, knocked down. Off the ribs. No tag. It's not a force. Needed the tagger. Well, Toro was thinking it's a force. You got to know what the situation is. After shortstop Kempinen took that high off the ribs. Runners at the corners, run scores, and Sullivan the batter. The Eagles need outs. That was a strike. 2. Yep. 1-2 the count. Slow roller. Latour's going to fire the first, will not be in time.
Get to it.
2 runs will score. And Sullivan ends up at second base. And we got Kirsten Ashline, the third baseman. 1 down. Ashline, the 9th batter of the inning. So that's 1 out, 6 runs in this inning. Foul ball. Strike called. Strike 3 called.
There we go, Em. There we go.
Ashline goes down looking.
There we go, Em.
When it's
There we go. Force that one.
51 minutes into the game and you're only in the top of the second, you better be swinging that bat. The ball's close. Levine at the plate. Strike. Levine up for the 3rd time in the game. That's high. I mentioned the non-starters here. Let's see. I can read my writing. Coates, Cross, Harwood, Ryder, Roy, and Boyle, along with Berto and Spalding. And for the Eagles, it's Lyons and Onken. As I said, we had a Hack in the outfield, but she's being hit for by Gilmore.
There you go.
We want to get everybody's name on there somewhere.
Force that one.
We will certainly not get much more of this game inning-wise. It's hit to second. Cahoon fires to first, and that's the 3rd out. So they strand 1, send up 10, score 6. It's 14-3, favor of the Lions after an inning and a half. Member Plomsky is up for Chazy, leading off the second. Their team down 14-3. It's 5:25. So after this half inning, we're going to make our way to right field. Hopefully, have a view of the scoreboard. Good job. First baseman Susi over to the second baseman Morris covering. Good job there. Good, smart play. So Blomsky is out and Gilmore is up. Top of the order to follow. Gilmore batting for Hack, as we said, as ball. So we'll move down to right field after this half inning, and this could be the last half inning, depending on what the situation is in the baseball game. If they are less than halfway through, we'll stick around till we get about halfway through this one, until they are halfway through, at least, till the boys are halfway through, then we'll assess the situation. Ball. April 29th, 2011. Beautiful downtown Chazy. There's a foul ball. Hit to the right side. It goes from Morris to Susi, 2 down. And I'll bring up Keeble, the pitcher who started the game at second. Leadoff hitter. Line shot, that's going to be a base hit for Keeble. He will round first and stay put. Emily Lapierre bunted her way on last time. There we go. It's tough on these overcast days to get some light on it without overwhelming with light. You can wash things out if you put too much light on. Shows a bunt, and Keeble will steal second. Foul tip. Ball. Foul ball. And a pitch. Maybe a base hit. It rolled up the arm of the pitcher Levine. She had no idea where the ball went. That's a base hit. Pitchers aren't expected to handle something hit back that sharply. And here's Michaela Cahoon, the second baseman. And we're going to have Lapierre racing into second base. Second and third, 2 ducks on the pond for the lefty hitting Cahoon. (14-3) favor of the visitors. This could be our last half inning of coverage of this particular softball game. There's a fair ball. Everybody's going to be safe. Keeble did not have to advance, and Coach Guerin kept her at third. Didn't want her to run into an easy out at the plate. So the cleanup batter, Oskar Kempinen, the shortstop, will step in with the bags full and 2 outs. And the pitch from Levine is a ball. Throw back to the pitcher, got away, and Keeble scored. It's now 14-4. Runners at the corners. We'll look for a possible steal here. And the pitch. Strike called. And there's a steal, second and third. 1 ball and a strike, or I think it's one foul ball.
Nothing.
Just missed inside. It's another run as Lapeer scores. It's 14-5. Cahoon advances to third base. It's either 2-2 or 3-2. Hit to the right side, picked up to be unassisted at first base by Susi. So a couple of runs for the Eagles. They trail it 14-5. We'll go up to the outfield and assess the situation.